Very interesting read coming up and coming ahead. Can you believe we're at the mid-month mark? Easy moving into the following, especially for those of you receiving this video a week ahead of the crowd. If you're not a YouTube member, come through and become a member. There are some perks for it. Now, we do have the live session at the end of each week. Stay tuned, go to the main page, click the bell on that direct live session, and you will be notified as to when it is coming live. Let's have a look at the karmic third party energy update. Now, this is a very karmic month, so to speak, metaphorically. It is really closing a karmic cycle. We are going to be able to revisit this energy yet again due to the fact Pluto is going to move back into Capricorn. But a lot of these things we've learned a lot of karmic lessons. I also do believe, because we are having Pluto moving into Aquarius, especially in the collective, look, twin flames, especially in the first wave, is we were there to break down the traditional paradigm of connections. And really, Pluto in Aquarius is really going to do that. Codependent relationships, controlling relationships, toxic relationships, they're going to become more difficult. A little bit like the Matrix, you're going to take the blue pill or the red pill. Yeah, those circumstances can come up, especially in the collective over the next 3 years. But I definitely see from this karmic third party read, some things are going down. So without further ado, let's unpack this read. I see that they're thinking something. I'm hearing, oh gosh, I'm getting so many songs, more than likely, because Mars had been around in the house of Gemini. I always get these downloads with songs with Gemini. I'm hearing you can go your own way. I think it's, what's their name? Write who they are below. Credence, no. Stevie Nicks, yeah. It's funny because it's that Jupiter energy, the aeroplane. Something's not going the way they think it is. Yeah, something is not taking off. Something is not launching. Failure to launch, I'm hearing. Some of them may have an idea of where life is going, but I feel that they're looking at it going, yeah, I'm pretty pissed about this. This isn't really going the way I thought it was going to go. I'm looking to the past position, and the karmic third party is frustrated to do with something of the past. There can be worry and concern over finances. There can be overindulgence. There can be emotional overload. There can be overprotective energy. I don't know why I'm saying Schmeagol, it's like, my precious, really trying to hold on to circumstances. And if you hold too tight, you can squash things, you can suffocate them. And I feel this is really what this individual has been going through. Promises that never come to be, empty words, not living in the now. Yeah, this is in the past position. It's like really holding on to those grievances, not forgiving, and wanting a life as colourful as they had really wished it. Some of them are having to go to work. Some of them aren't wanting to go back to work. Some of them also can be really fixated and in victim consciousness at this point in time. I especially feel for those in a romantic connection, this individual is very moody. There may have been conflict and a flight, and there can be some frustration. A flight, a fight. I do feel this individual was having to find their own purpose, but they found their purpose inside of other people. It was like, a bit like if you have the golden spoon and, by no means is this shade. This is just an example. It's like, if you had the world was the oyster. I've even said this with mine twin, if we had millions of dollars, would you keep working? And both of us have actually said yes, because we do know very psychologically and spiritually that by having purpose, you have healthiness. You have mind bliss. I wouldn't say it's bliss, but you've got purpose. The army does that as well. It's to wake up. It's to get things done. This individual's had way too much time on their hands. They've been thinking a lot, override thinking, potentially micromanaging. Yes, it could be that somebody is coming to the end of their cycle in life. This could be an aged individual, so it doesn't have to be that they're outright being codependent. I do feel for some, if a road has come to an end in some shape or form, this is now making them have to choose what is the next road, what is the next one. Some of them are feeling very resentful that they didn't make different choices. But they, unfortunately, it is showing through this card in reverse that they haven't actually learnt a lesson. Some of them are this, like I said, I can feel for some. This is a tribe coming to an end. Could be an ancestor transcending over. For others, in a romantic relationship, it does feel this is already separated. They're not accepting it, but it feels separated. And they're really looking at it going, if this is the end of the road, this can be for some of them that it's their choice. It doesn't have to be that counterpart in circumstance. Sometimes it is part of the karmic journey for one or the other to choose. But there's fretfulness. There's an understanding that a chapter has ended. There is sorrow to do with it, and there's a lot of confusion and angst. They're really looking back to the past, but they definitely know they can't go back, but they really, 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 really want to. All right? They're really wanting to go back. They're really looking at it and going, no, can't we just go back? Look at her eyes with the hawk. Like, can't we go back? Can we just get back to where it was? But deep down, there, you know, if this is a romantic connection, there's no intimacy here. If anything, it was a sacrifice to keep everyone's stability. Maybe they were living in a house together. Maybe it was because they had kids. Maybe because it was they were friends at a point, and so out of empathy and understanding, they tolerated the circumstance. It has actually sacrificed the direct connection. And even if feminine and masculine haven't been around each other, this connection also has still had its own personal issues, nothing to do with counterparts. So they're looking back, the writing was on the wall, but they weren't listening. I do feel the individual whom was with them or currently is no longer being intimate, and it is purely because of maybe tribe and family. Okay. Others, it is a tribe-related dynamic. And they're actually feeling that you two have a spiritual connection. So there is some sense of, you know, it's like you're the thorn in their side, even though you haven't been there to kind of rock the boat. The boat was already rocked at a foundation level. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when in practice to deceive. Thorns withering the challenges ahead will bring in a new and positive future. They firmly believe that if they hold their tongue, I just don't feel these individuals are going to be able to hold the tongue. I do feel they're also not looking at life rationally, okay? They are trying to work out an action plan, but this is, I do feel, and this is by no shade that, you know, some of these individuals have no other means. Some of these individuals have no other way to view the world. Some of us do cope with awakenings, others of us don't. For some, this pocket group this week is showing signs that they want a life of comfort. This can be a person that is quite focused on finances. Could they hide behind family, children, a home, you know, a hot car? Yes, 100% in this week's energy. I do feel they could be contacting a professional. They can be looking at different ways to address this circumstance, to prepare their new foundation so that they can live a life of comfort. This person's going out for, you know, I don't know whether this is going to work, especially because of the astrology. I particularly do feel that this person might have a rude awakening. Let's pull the clarifiers before we sum this one up. This is going to be an interesting read this week. I'll keep an eye on them, especially if this person's been really nice to you. Karmics can be nice at times. It doesn't mean to say they're not being, but this group this week is on some shady shit. You're on some shady shit. Tut, tut, tut. Two's company, three's crowd, I'm hearing. Yep, definitely to do with money, not telling anyone, keeping it a secret. A friend is ratting them out. This also can be to do with a job. See, I told you, they're going to have to go back to work. This could even be a hearing of some description. If you get me, I'm speaking in code. A dispute over, this could be inheritance, a family-related dynamic, shared care. I definitely see this person really not winning. I definitely see this person not winning out. Sorry, don't feel it's going to work, Karmics. Okay, we've got some shady individual here this week. This individual, if they can't have twin, they're finding a backup plan. This backup plan may have already well and truly occurred. This is more the romantic attribute of this energy. It can be for even those that are in separation that a karmic resurfaces, or a situation that hadn't been closed out, some gossip comes to light. Love and light. I will talk to you guys soon. If you want a private booking, you can go to the link directly below. Otherwise, we are live every Friday. So go to the main page, click the bell, and I'll see you on the flip side.